Hello students, welcome to Ekta's Science Education class. Right way, right learning is the motto of this class. We have started the series of class 7, CBSE class 7, where we have already learned about nutrition in plants. Also, we learn about lesson number 2, nutrition in animals. This is the part 2 of this chapter. As we know that all human beings, we eat food. Food we eat to get the energy, and energy is nothing but the capacity to do the work. The food that we eat is converted into the simpler form inside the body. We eat different type of the food items. Now let us learn about nutrition in human beings. But before we start the class, just do not forget to share, like and subscribe this channel to your close one, to your near and dear ones. We know that the process of converting complex food substances into simpler absorbable form is called the nutrition, is called the digestion. The food we eat is converted into simple form inside the body. The process of conversion of complex food substances into simpler, absorbable form is called as digestion. The parts of the body that food travels through from ingestion to digestion process is called the alimentary parts or alimentary canal. We know that the food we eat contains the five components of the food like carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, fats, minerals. These are five essential components of the food. When these all nutrients or components are present in the right amount in the diet, that diet is said to be balanced diet. Now we know that the process of conversion of complex food items to the simpler absorbable form is the digestion process. For example, carbohydrate break down into the carbohydrate are complex food item which breaks down under the glucose into the glucose, protein into the amino acid, fat into the fatty acids. This is the balanced diet. We have all the nutrients in the right amount. Now, food is broken down by two actions. The first one, physical or mechanical. The second one, chemical. We know that physically, when we eat the food is churned by the teeth, is and in the second process, which is chemical, which contains or which have the long carbohydrate molecule breaks into the digestive, with the help of the digestive enzyme get breaks into the simpler form, and these simple carbohydrate or simple components of the food get absorbed by the bloodstream and carried throughout the body. This is the digestive system diagram where it begins from the mouth and ends to the anus rectum parts. So this is all about the digestive system. In this diagram, in this image, you can see the different organs which includes in the digestive system. Now let's learn them one by one. Now digestive system made up of or the parts of the body that food travels through from ingestion to digestion process is the alimentary canal. Now what is alimentary canal? Alimentary canal is a long muscular and coiled tube consist of the given parts. It contains mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So this all alimentary includes all these parts. Let's have a look one by one. The very first is the mouth or oral cavity or buccal cavity. Mouth cavity is the anterior opening, is the first opening. Correct? Mouth cavity is the anterior opening of the digestive system which ingest food from where the food is entering in our body. So it's an interior opening. It has a muscular tongue which gives us taste by which we taste the food. We are having 2 to 4 kind of a salivary glands. We are having teeth in the mouth. So it has a tongue on which the taste buds are arranged. Next, we can see here in the mouth, teeth, soft palate, tonsils, tongue and other parts. You can see gums and all these are helping the food to churn properly. So Mouth include these all parts. Next is the pharynx. You can see here pharynx. Now what is pharynx? Pharynx is the portion of the alimentary canal after the mouth. It is a funnel shaped passage common to air and food. It is a common passage, common for the air as well as to the food as well. Next part is the esophagus. Esophagus also said to be or called to be gullet or food pipe. It is said to be food pipe as the name suggests the food must be entering from this passage. Esophagus pharynx along the alimentary canal leads to the narrow tubular muscular organ called the esophagus. Here no digestion takes place in the esophagus. Here only the passage of the food is taking place. From this part, the food is taken in as big or small particle through the mouth. Here, saliva breaks down in the mouth. The food while it is being chewed by our teeth. The food then goes down through the esophagus into the stomach. Here, the process ingestion is completed. The ingestion of the food takes place from the mouth to esophagus. Only the ingestion, where mouth churn the food, saliva get mixed with it, and then the food is passed to the stomach. Let's have the stomach. Now we know that esophagus opens into the stomach. Stomach lies on the left side of the abdomen. It is a sac-like organ connected to the esophagus and intestine. Stomach secretes an acid. It secretes acid. That's why many of us we are having acidity problem. When we eat too much, then also we have the acidity problem. When we eat less or means if there is a not perfect timing of the eating, then also we have the problem of acidity, because it's a natural where the stomach contains the acid. It contains the hydrochloric acid that kills all the harmful germs present in the food. It helps to kill the germs in the food. Digestion of the food, especially proteins, continues in the stomach. So digestion of the mainly protein is continuous in the stomach. Now digestion involves the breaking down of the food into the smaller particles. During this process, complex foods are broken into the smaller or simpler form so that they can be absorbed by the body. The major part of the digestion takes place in the stomach only. So the main function, the major part of the digestion takes place in the stomach only and rest in the small intestine, which we are going to look here. Small intestine, as you can see, small intestine is the largest or longest portion of the alimentary canal. The small intestine is the longest or very important longest portion of the alimentary canal, which is narrower than the stomach. It has three main parts: duodenum, ileum and jejunum. Duodenum, ileum, jejunum. The walls of the small intestine consist of numbers of folds. The walls of the small intestine consist of number of folds through which the absorption of the food items take place. These folds increase the surface area and thus allow for the maximum absorption of digested food by these intestinal walls. These are the folds of the intestine, small intestine. Here, majorly the folds play vital role to have the more surface area to allow the maximum absorption of the food items. Large intestine, small intestine enlarges slightly to form a tubular large intestine. Water and useful minerals are absorbed through the walls of the large intestine. We know that the major part of the digestion takes place in the stomach and in the small intestine. In these two organs, the food particles are acted upon by organic molecules called enzymes. Now absorption, the soluble digested food is absorbed into the tissue during this process. This process takes place inside the small intestine, from where the soluble food enters the bloodstream and is carried into the tissue, different tissues of the body. Small intestine has the finger-like projection called villi or villus that help in absorption, more and more absorption. You can see these are the folds called villi. This finger-like projection are the villi or villus. Absorption of water take place in the large intestine. We know that absorption of mineral and water take place in the large intestine. Next is the assimilation process. In this process, the food which is in the simplest form and has been absorbed is oxidized to release the energy. The energy is required to carry out various functions to the body of our body. Small intestine enlarges slightly, form a tubular large intestine. Inside here it's a small intestine, while large intestine is enlarges slightly to form a small intestine, just enlarges slightly to form a tubular large intestine. Water and useful minerals are get absorbed through the walls of this large intestine. Here you can see large intestine is also contains some kind of the folds. Now the very last one is the rectum. Rectum, it is a bag-like structure which ends in the opening called the anus, from which the food is ingested out. The rectum stores the undigested food as a fecal matter till it is discharged or discarded through the anus. Egestion is the process of the removal of undigested food or waste matter from the body. Waste matter from the alimentary canal is discarded through the anus. So, the important role played by this rectum and the anus. Now, in the process of the digestion or during the process of digestion, organs like salivary glands, here in the mouth you can see, salivary gland secretes the saliva. Liver secretes some of the important enzyme. Then pancreas also produce different type of the digestive juices. These juices perform different functions in the process of digestion. The digestive juices convert the complex substances into the simpler one. Now different functions of these three important organs we are going to learn. The salivary glands produce enzymes to break down starch into the smaller molecule, and it helps the food to get mixed and get swallowed. So saliva also helps to kill the harmful bacteria in the food in mouth itself. Liver produces bile pigment or bile to break down fat into the smaller molecules. The pancreas secrete digestive enzyme to break down carbohydrate and protein into their simpler form. So these are the very important three organs which play the important role in the digestion process, like salivary glands, liver, stomach, here pancreas are located. So these three are very important in the process of digestion. Now let's have the summary of the class. We know that digestion or digestive process includes 5 steps. The first one, ingestion, where the food is entered through the mouth. So it's a process called ingestion, from where the food is entering in the body. That's the ingestion process. Then second process is a digestion, where food gets digested. Third, absorption, where the absorption of the nutrients take place. The fourth one is assimilation. After the absorption of the food, it get mixed with the body, throughout the body parts. Or assimilation, the food which is in its simplest form and has been absorbed is oxidized to release energy. Here we get the energy in the process of assimilation. This energy is required to carry out various functions of our day-to-day life. And the last one is egestion, where removal of the undigested food or the waste matter from the body take place. Waste matter from the alimentary canal is discarded through the anus. So these are the important digestive processes. The first one is ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, assimilation and egestion. And here we have the important organs of the digestive system: esophagus, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, liver, anus, and rectum. I hope you understood the lesson very clearly. I hope you must understood the all concept very clearly. Now what happens after the food is digested? Our body requires energy to carry out various life sustaining activities. From the previous discussion, we have learned that the digested food is absorbed through the walls of the small intestine and passed to the blood. Through the bloody Through the blood, the absorbed food reaches all parts of the body, including our tissues, cells, each and every part of the body. These food materials are oxidized inside the tissue to release the energy, and this energy is utilized by us to carry out day to day activities. Thus, we eat food to get energy from the food we eat. Okay, so here I hope you understood the lesson. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. If you are not understanding, and yes, for the part 1 of this lesson, just go through the description box. You will get their link of the part 1 of the nutrition in animal lesson. Part 3 we will prepare soon. Thank you so much. Just stay tuned with me. Bye bye, kids.